Now, more insights from WION correspondent Doug Ruti Dev on this.
Yes, there's mixed reactions here in the United States to this decision to conduct a strike that has killed Qasem Soleimani, this important figure for Iran, for the Iranian regime. You have figures like former US Vice President Joe Biden, who is saying this is a hugely escalatory move in an already dangerous region. Stick of dynamite into a tinderbox. You have other members of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the Senate who are questioning this decision. They say that yes, Soleimani was considered an enemy of America, but they did this without congressional approval. There doesn't seem to be any sort of UN consensus around this sort of action that's taken place. So has the US just gone and unilaterally conducted an attack? Some experts are calling it an assassination on foreign soil. What does this mean? This is hugely uncharted territory and hugely difficult situation to be in. On the other hand, you have people like Marco Rubio, former US ambassador to the UN, Marco Rubio, a former member of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the Senate, who says that actually this was a good decision by the United States. It's showing strength to Iran. The United States has shown its red lines to Iran on so many occasions, and Iran has crossed them, so now there must be consequences. Yes, so the Pentagon statement said that they understood that Soleimani was behind going to orchestrate further attacks on American personnel in the region, in Iraq and the wider region. And now they already say, the United States authorities already say that Soleimani attacked and killed the US contractor on an Iraqi base in Kirkuk in northern Iraq. And also they hold Soleimani responsible for the violent protests at the US embassy in Baghdad. And Mark Esper, the Defense Secretary, after those protests and before this strike, had said that they are willing, the United States is willing to take preemptive strikes, not retaliatory anymore. If they had got word that Iranian-backed militia were planning anything, they were going to strike first. And this clearly is what they have done here. Also, in particular, as well as what they say is a credible intelligence that Soleimani was intending to orchestrate further attacks, Soleimani has been on the US radar for a while now. He's an influential figure, leader of the Quds Force for the last since the late 1990s, and he's been, as well as engaged in covert military operations for Iran, he's also been expanding Iranian influence in regions like Iraq and Syria. And there have been in several occasions that Israeli forces have wanted to engage in attack, have wanted to take out Soleimani, but Presidents Obama and George Bush both said for restraint, because they knew how significant he was to the Iranians and how volatile the region was and how significant it would be if he was taken out in a strike. But this is what's happened this time round. Was targeted and has, according to the Pentagon, been killed in US-led strikes. So this is unprecedented. This is serious. He's been on the radar for a while, but the ramifications of this are huge. And yes, it's right to say that we might not see consequences immediately. Iran is responding with anger and with threats, with further threats. But it's over the next few days and weeks that we will see what happens as a result of this momentous event.
Now, these are the Friday prayers currently being held in Tehran, in Iran, remembering Soleimani. Now, remember, Iran's supreme leader calls for 3 days of mourning for Soleimani. Iran President Hassan Rouhani vows to avenge the killing. Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif has come down heavily on the United States of international terrorism. Now we are coming to you with live visuals being held at Friday prayers in Tehran, and these prayers are remembering Soleimani. Now, of course, Iran's supreme leader has called for 3 days of mourning for Soleimani. President Hassan Rouhani has vowed to avenge this killing. Iran's foreign minister Javad Zarif has also come down heavily on the United States, an act of international terrorism. coming to you still with the live visuals of the prayers, the Friday prayers, remembering Soleimani.